Okay, amazing. The last stream literally broke my computer. So the I was having an issue here where this use async data source. I think we stopped where we figured that we need to throttle it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna for a second just comment out this sorting. I'm actually just gonna remove sorting. I think that's easier so we can debug this. I'm gonna completely remove sorting. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna make sure that you can scroll pretty fast. Oh, sorry about that. So I'm gonna make sure that you can completely. Yeah, the main problem that I have right now is when you scroll like this, it actually makes a lot of queries to load the data, and that happens because this visible area is changing so rapidly, and I'm not sure if we need that. So I'm gonna try to throttle this. So let's see. Let me ask Cursor to try and throttle this for me. I'm gonna use my little whisper, flow whisper. Uh, so can you throttle the set visible pages? Or sorry, not throttle, debounce. Can you debounce the set visible pages? Is there a mantine function for this? I don't know, cursor kind of glitched. Yeah. Yeah, so I think there is a use debounced value. So let me see. Let's actually, we can go here and take a look at this, something related to debounced. Yes, there's two things. There's use debounce callback, there's use debounce state. I think we should use this. So this is really cool because, yep. So this is exactly what we want. I think we just come here and let's swap this out with use debounced state. And then I think let's do 300. Let's see if that works, or what actually ends up happening. So obviously it's going to be an issue. So let's see what, when we open the side here. So I think this is a lot better, right? So this actually potentially fixed the issue, right? Because I'm going to call here, this hook gets called twice. That's totally fine. So again, page load is pretty snappy. It's not an issue. And it's amazing because, yeah, you get that 300 ms delay. But yeah, as you see, it's changing a lot. And then, yeah, you get a little bit of a throttle. And then you get the load. So this is actually literally perfect. So all I need to do is, it was literally, this is why I think that Mantine, if you guys are not using Mantine, or if somebody's not using Mantine, what the hell are you doing? I know Shatcien is all the rage right now. I'm obsessed with this UI library. It's so good. It has everything you need. Like literally, we just solved our problem with just importing a function. So like, I'm just a big fan of Mantine. Thank you. I should honestly just contribute. I saw that they have I think to fund them. Telly's amazing. This guy is absolutely incredible. I was going to say cracked. I think that's an appropriate description. I always find that these ratios hilarious when somebody's following two people. Who are the two people? Mantine and then some other person. I don't know who that is, but seems like a cool guy. Also, insane contributions on GitHub. But whatever. So, moving on, I think this is amazing. We literally just solved our biggest problem. So now I think that we've made that change. Let me save this. Now that we've made that change, let's see if we add the sorting. Let's add back the sorting. Let's clear this out. Let's add back sorting. Sort by country. We're going to come back to fix the sizing. I think something's off with the sizing, by the way. So let's say we add sorting by country. It's going to be a little slow. But now, it's still going to be slow, but at least it loads, right? So, and it doesn't crash my computer. So I think this was actually necessary. So I'm pretty happy about that. So that's pretty good. Yeah, this is really good. So it's a huge weight off of my shoulders. So let's see, a couple of things that we've changed. We were going to make a change here, no longer necessary. It would also have introduced like some, let's see, this is the first load. It's very slow. And again, these are only 1 million rows. So I'm not too happy about it. I'm just happy we didn't break it. Yeah, in terms of the font size, I think I'm gonna take these back. And the thing that we need is we need a hover. Whenever not hovered, I think it's a different state. So this is data. It's not focused. Let's take a look and again in the Mantine docs. Select. And then look at how amazing this is. So there's the styles API, and you can see the option. You can see the option, you can see the drop down. But I'm not seeing the specific yeah, well, I think we're gonna have to inspect this puppy. Did we save, by the way? Yeah, so I think, yeah, now, by the way, the sizes is correct, but this is what I'm just telling you. The main thing I want to fix I think this is a space. That's why it's in the beginning. Huge load. Huge load time. So, again, I think it's fine. We're gonna need to add some constraints on when you can use, if you don't have turbo mode, if you're not using DuckDB, what are we doing, right? Like literally, what are you doing? let me make sure that this is correct. Okay, I don't know if you were able to see my screen before, but hopefully this fixed it. Perfect. So cool. All right. So we have the empty state problem. The only thing that is remaining now is some styling. So like I said, I want to just take a look at the data in here. So I'm gonna open my inspector and I'm gonna see elements. I think it's here. 1 second. Let me. Nope, we need this. Got it, so let's see. These things are incredibly nested. Yeah, this is what it is. So data, combo box selected. Yep, so I think either ARIA or data combo box selected. Let's see, data. And it just needs to turn into white. Data, combo, box. It's not even here, it's really... And I think Mantine should have been able to handle this for me, but... Data... or ARIA... not the BG, it's just the text. Needs to be white, I believe. No, I think something is off. It's probably that I'm using, let's see, Tailwind, ARIA. ARIA selected. Also, I'm still on V3. ARIA. Let's take a look. ARIA selected. Oh, interesting. Oh, I think, if I remember correctly, this comes here. Nice. Nice, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, this is looking fire. So let's just commit this. And then let's see what we get. So this is the empty state problem. these are all correct. Yeah, next thing I want to do is, as I mentioned, the oh no. You have this thing, this thing disappeared. So let me open options, show all windows. Yeah, this happens. I'll just reopen it. Let me make sure you guys can see it. You cannot. There we go. Okay. Back to business. So, this is an interesting one. It's poorly phrased. So, so this one basically is support for pane layout, pane location changes. So let me explain. So when you go to my pages, you're gonna see that the sidebar is great. We have the sidebar, it's working, it's amazing. The drag handle, amazing. Now this is all assuming that we are we're building yeah, this assumes that we are basically building a in the vertical orientation. So if I were to look here, right, like essentially it assumes that we are operating in this vertical to the right, pane on the right fashion. But there's a lot of cases where, such as filtering, where you're actually not gonna want this like vertical approach, and you'd rather like even in cursor, like I argue that this UI, it actually works pretty well, and the font size ends up being the same here, and you read it and it's fine, and you can like drag it to make it as long as possible. However, what I ended up noticing is that you need more real estate, and there are certain things that are better oriented. Like for instance, why is the terminal on the bottom and not on the right side? It's because a lot of the text that you write will expand this way. So the default in VS Code is that the new terminal is gonna be in the bottom, not on the right side. So it's the same for us. Here, when I click on filter, the pane will essentially close here and reopen at the bottom, right? That's what's going to happen. And the reason is, again, as I mentioned, filtering as a UI is something that grows horizontally as opposed to vertically. It still grows vertically, but it grows more horizontally than vertically. So that's why we want to optimize for that use case. The other reason is like, I don't know, but like visually, when I'm making changes, it's like easier to have the filters, like I'm adjusting the filters at the bottom and I see the changes reflect at the top, versus left to right. I find that a bit weird. The other example is if I had a lot of columns, most column names are not going to be that long, right? And I just have the problem is when I have so many columns, then it's going to be a bit annoying if you have them at the bottom here, so it makes sense to leverage the screen size. So there's a lot of thinking on how to place things. Okay, let's move on. Let's start to add the filter. Let's start to add the filter here. Let me just go back for a second. Here. Let me just go back for a second. Okay, let me, before I move on, let me just edit something. I guess I can't. It's all good. I just wanted to change the stream name, but it's okay. So, we need to do that. So, if it's a bottom pane, okay, great. So when it's a bottom pane, it's a bit more challenging, right? So let's test that. We'll keep the let's make the sort pane, for example, open at the bottom. So if I go to the command bar, let's start there, I think. Or we could even, heck, why not? Let me just start with the, let me start with the filter. I'm already going to have to implement it, so might as well start with it. Filter button. Fuck it. I'll actually, it always happens, the back and forth. I'm just going to start with the columns one. It's pretty simple. Just make it this at the bottom. Okay, so then when I close this and when I open it, it's at the bottom. But here's the problem. You're getting this weird scrolling thing. It should never happen. So let's see how we can fix that. First things first is there's probably a resizer here. I think I see it. So there's a couple of things. First of all, we're going to want to make, so the height here is coming as 40. This is actually not correct. So pane size, pane, it's the same, pane.size. No, we're gonna make the default 250 as well. Perfect. And now we have even a bigger problem, right? But the problem is more, you can see the problem further, okay? So what is the problem that we're having? It's the fact that now it's not the aside, it's the footer rather. Right? So this footer, so it's interesting. So forget about the aside for a second. Yeah, we're gonna have the same logic. Literally the same exact logic. I'm just gonna say Hmm. That is a good question. So, So this looks pretty good. This is what I was telling you, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to have this thing expand like that. So, okay. But do we have a resizer? No, we do not. Our resizer is still here. Um, And I think this will be a user thing. Like the user will be able to like move this around, set some preferences, etc. So I'm not too worried. Um, as far as as far as there's a lot of things. So first of all, one moment, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I am back in business. So, a couple things. First of all, this is relative, and then with full sure, H full also sure. But why does my pane, if I go to the columns pane, let's take a look. So overflow Y auto. Interesting. So we have to set this here. Again, not a problem because columns pane is always going to be something that's on the right. But something to think about when we're building this. Of like, how is it going to be dynamic? Okay. So I might have to tap into that state and change the height accordingly. So, okay, this is actually a great use case. So, yeah, and we can tap into the height, the footer height, to change the height of the screen for the file viewer. Okay, so let's do that. Let's start with that. So. Yeah, that's the other thing is like I almost think like these should be what does this look like now? Still overflowing. because someone told it to. But this shouldn't even, it's fine. I honestly think it's fine because again, like this is not gonna be the pane that we're building, which is like back to the original thing. Let's just create the pane. I kind of want all my panes to be under a folder. I just get really lost. I'm starting to get a little lost. So I'm gonna move my columns pane. I'm gonna move my sort pane. And yeah, like I'm gonna keep the pane bar here. Okay, then let's create the, what is this gonna be? The filter pane. And we're gonna copy some stuff from the sort pane. Going back here. I'm gonna export. I'm gonna export anything actually. I'm just gonna go to the sort pane. I'm gonna copy the sort menu and the sort window. And then this is the pane bar. And then this is a pane button. And we're not going to have an on-click at all. And then this guy here is going to be BG green with 100. And then I'll say filter, filters. And then instead of sort menu, I'll say filter menu. Filter pane, and then filter window. Cool, cool. So then let's take a look at what the filter thing looks like. So in my pages, I'm gonna add my panes. And then let's take a look at, so in my command bar, we had changed this, this should still be the right. And then let's create a cool. Perfect. It actually looks amazing, but it's in the wrong location. So this will just be on the bottom. And let's do that again. We'll fix that. Interesting. So weird thing here where like there's a little bit of a flicker. Why is that? So there could be a pane here. But we don't notice it when we do like I think you might want to... The entire thing should be conditionally rendered, I think. And the same here. So let's see, so now, then this is nice. Nope, it still flickers. Why does it flicker? Let's see. Yeah, let's see why this is happening. So I'm gonna clear this up. Comes back as undefined. That's expected. Weird. It like glitches. Huh. I wonder if it's this. So we want to do if there is a right pane. Same thing here. Let's see if that fixes it. So perfect. And I think this one is gonna be fine. So this fixed it. The flicker is gone. Nice. Nice. Okay, so, and I honestly don't think this is the problem now. So let's just remove this logic. Let's see. Let's make sure. Nice. If I have this and I transition into this, oh, that's kind of weird. Hold on. This moves fine, but then this, so from here to here, just pushes it weirdly. No, it's actually not that weird. Okay, sweet. So we have our filters here. And now I want to figure out how to... The width is perfect. Okay, I'm gonna remove this for now because we don't want to solve too many problems. You want to make the problem set as small and as defined as much as possible. So, okay, so let's refresh. Start from scratch. This shit takes forever. Like, how long is this? 2 seconds. Yeah, not great. Not great. Okay. So for filters, yeah, it's only gonna get worse because only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. So, yeah, this line is the track. So, okay, that's totally fine. So again, that should never happen. And the way to do that is going to be basically in the file viewer. So this has the command bar, which is perfect. Has the key, pretty perfect. I am debating if it makes sense to move this outside. And the reason is, yeah, let's see if we move this outside. Would this still work? So obviously if I do this, and let's reload. This is what we get from the get-go. Let me take a look at something. So let's say we wrap this entire thing into a div. And let's say we pass for styles. Do height is calc, right, 100 VH minus it's exactly the math. But then we need to but that doesn't work because the file viewer needs it wrapped, because even if I do H full here, that's not gonna work. We need it wrapped around this guy. So I think the solution will be, my opinion, to give this guy the height that they should abide by. So how do we do that? Because even if we do the same logic here, it's not going to work, right? It needs to be at right, like that's not gonna work. So here's my thinking. So yeah, let's ignore this for now. We're gonna pass in the height. I'm gonna give you the height. Which will be a number, and you will pass it in to here. Number or string. So, okay, so const campaign height. Plus the 100 pixels for the height of this guy, which I honestly don't think it's 100, but whatever. So yeah, worst case, this guy is either 0 or 100. So let's see. So now, if I refresh, surprisingly does not work. There we go. Now it works. Amazing. So now we don't have the problem of this. If I can't even resize. If I take it back, weird thing happens on the scrolling. The way to get around that is to remove the scrolling thing completely. So as right pane, as bottom pane, as bottom pane. Flags. Okay, the solution for this thing is to set the overflow of this guy. It's a bit tricky because, let's see. No, I think the overflow is actually on the outermost, so let's take a look at that. The other thing you can do is just say class name, no, scroll bar. And you can just specify how important this is. Elements. Not sure why this is so. This entire thing you know what it is? Yeah, it's this absolute fucker. So, yeah, this is tough. So, yeah, let's make it take the width that is full, but I think, yeah, maybe it makes sense to dynamically render this. Main sizes. Main. So I think this should fix it. Nope. Yeah, you see? No, it's actually not that. I'm not sure what it is. Hmm. So I'm not too sure why this is happening. Let's take a look again. You close, and then there's like a little flicker, and it's like overflowing in the y direction, and then scroll bar none is not working. Okay, let's see. Perhaps it is here. We need to add this. And maybe we need to say scroll bar none. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm gonna keep on adding it everywhere I see it. With the scroll bar is none. Let's see what happens. Nope. I'm gonna go one more level. Nope. So it's clearly at the very top. It's at the very, very, very top. Let's see. It's at the very, very top, so... Because, yeah, it gets added... Let's see, if we say... Nope. So, yeah, 'cause I don't know, almost like... So I don't really know where this is even. It's like some form of nav that is closed. And then this is a main that is limited by size. This is an aside that is closed. This is a footer that is there. And I bet you that this is the main problem is here. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, the other thing too is like, yeah, let me see if we can make it rounded here. Overflow hidden. Yeah, there we go. This looks a lot better. For sure. Cool. No. What if I had the class is equal to scroll bar none to here? What about overflow hidden? Class scroll bar none overflow hidden So let's try that. Nope. There we go. So the fucking body, bruv. Bruv. Okay, so, yeah, this is a bit crazy. Let's see if I can just do that. And let's see if we refresh. Found it. Takes a while to debug these things, huh? Okay, phenomenal. So now we have that. The part that is missing now is the scroll bar thing that I think is necessary. Now, the other thing that I'd like to do is I think maybe let's push it up a notch. Let's do 105. Yeah, essentially it's actually multiples of 16. So let's do 4, 8, either 7, or 6. 7 it is. We can do 7.5. Sorry, 6.5, which is 104, which is exactly what we have. And for whatever reason, I feel like this is like more of a 110. And let's take a look when the filter is closed. It's a bit long. So let's just stick with our 100. Cool. So we need now we need a little bit of a drag handle. So in terms of drag handles, width is full for sure. I don't know if I need any of this, so I'm gonna remove that for now. I don't know if I need it. And this is a perfect thing for cursor, I think. You crazy? You think I'm gonna... You think I'm gonna type this? Make the following work as a horizontal handle as opposed to the vertical one that is right above. it should expand the entire width of the screen. You probably will want to make, instead of width is 2, height is 2, and a couple more small changes. Oh, ready. So let's apply. I honestly don't, sometimes I just vibe code. So left is 0, and then top is 1 relative to this guy. That makes sense. Just 2. Let's just apply that. Let's take a look. Okay, let's make this H10 so we can see where this is. And then I think I want the BG of yellow or something. Perfect. How come this doesn't even have a background? Yeah, this has no background. Wow. So finicky. Okay, so H is 10. Let's keep H as 2. Can actually resize pretty well. But you're right. You're right. We cannot reuse the logic is different. Logic is completely different. So is aside resizing, resize aside. Okay. Unless it's gonna read the current. So we're gonna need an orientation. So this is again a perfect thing for cursor to do. Yeah, and we have this. But since we already know the since we're already reading the state, and it's like really like one pane that we're resizing, I don't think there's a reason to have 2. I think you can infer that from whatever pane you're resizing right now. So, okay. I think that's good. Now I just want to say the following. Let me ask Cursor to do it for me. Can you change the implementation of this hook such that it can read the location of the pane? If it's on the right, it will focus on the start X and the start size. If it's on the left, it will if it's on the bottom, then it'll use the Y coordinates to adjust the size of the pane. I think we can have, yeah. Let's see. Okay, one other thing is like, yeah, maybe you can have like start position is 0, and then this is start position. You can just have it very simply const start position. If he's right, da, da, da. And then you can have this logic all just literally sit here, and then this here. See, I didn't even need Claude. You can just have this, but const pane location, const current position. Perfect. And you're just gonna have this current position minus start position. Ah, that might be why. let's see if that works. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Amazing. So the only thing that I don't like is the fact that this H2 is pretty chunky. I'm surprised that I think this might be better. Yeah, for sure. H1 is way better. Okay. This is really good. So, amazing. So we have that working. This one's working. Fire. Let's make sure that this dragging is continuing to work. Amazing. So this is doing very well. And literally all the difference was literally this, I think this widthful H1. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think we should keep them the same, but for whatever reason this feels so large here. So I'm just gonna make this H1. And then this one I'll make W1. And now we can do this as 0.5 and the same here. Take a look if it's on the side. Yeah, it's a bit finicky for whatever reason. It's almost like the mouse is positioned better. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think they should be the same. It would be weird otherwise. I'm also not sure if it's too dark. It's too, yeah, it should be a lot lighter. Especially because we're using pastels everywhere, so I kind of think that, yeah, this is good. Perfect. The other thing we could do is just go for a dark gray and like a 200 or something. But it is gonna be so super like monochromatic, so I would like to stick with the theme of the amp. Plus, like you'll see here in VS Code, they use the theme, which is the theme color, which is blue. I think our dragging is a bit thicker. Could always do 1.5, right? That way it's like, yeah, I think 1.5 is a good balance. Alright, perfect. And just to make sure that it resizes, yeah, that's amazing. This is amazing. Okay, very, very good. So I think we actually could cross this off. Could cross this off. Let me see. Oh wow. Guys, I'm actually getting issues. Um, wow. This is pretty good. They were able to like detect that I have the same audio. Um, mm-hmm. I'm not too sure how to. Can you pause a stream on YouTube? Like, can we? Also, why is this? This should not be set made for kids. This is not made for kids. Um, Even the title, like, definitely not made for kids. Mm. Yeah, you can't pause YouTube stream. I don't think you can pause. Yeah, I don't think I can pause. So I guess this kind of, I guess maybe concludes this stream for now. Yeah, we have this working in terms of the consistent sizing. I'll come to that. That will be pretty simple. So the way this will work, I think, is yeah, the way this will work is the following. We will what we're gonna do is come in here and essentially, you see how we get it from the pane size? We're gonna have to externalize that because right now each pane comes as part of the so if you look at the global state, right, each tab has a pane, which is fine. But then when you click on to open it, it uses the size from whatever, like the reason why this is this size versus is because this gets a custom size, and if I close this and reopen, oh, it actually reopens on the default size. Yeah, we'll make this consistent. So I think the main idea is to remove this sizing from here and probably extract it all the way to the top to have a custom size, not per pane, but actually per orientation. Yeah, we definitely need it per location. For like the bottom, you need a number, and the top, the right, you need a number. So we'll do that. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go eat, and I'll probably resume. I'll continue live streaming for a bit later. Let's keep going.